What if you could give to charity, save on taxes, and grow your impact all at once? If you're still giving the old-fashioned way, you might be losing money to taxes. Imagine if you could do it more efficiently and save yourself money simultaneously.
Welcome back, everybody, to the CD Financial Podcast, CD Financial, where health meets wealth. I'm Marcus C., your host. That man across from me is Chuck D. Chuck, my man, I love this topic. First of all, how you doing, brother?
Oh, man. I'm firing off with both guns. I'm trying to. I've been burning it at both ends, honestly, Marcus. And I haven't been sleeping as much as I used to. I gotta go. I'm looking forward to the weekend so I could go nap, something exotic like that.
We've both gotten to the age where we appreciate a good nap. I hope everybody out there appreciates naps.
Yeah, Joe Sorrentino, a friend of mine, his wife says, he naps every day at the office. I go, that's awesome. I go, that's why he looks so good at his age. I go, because he lays down for like 30 minutes every day. I'm like, that's fantastic, right? If you can do that.
Man.
Sometimes he's on installs and he can't do that. But when he's at the office, but let the man have it.
We're going to get you someday a more comfy couch, just a nap couch. That's what we need to get for your office.
That couch over there, that love seat from Pottery Barn, I think it was ordered 9 years ago. The crushed velour, dark blue with the little pockets, those little buttons. That couch looks almost as good as the day we bought it. And I love taking naps on that Fridays. Fridays when nobody's around, I do that. I got a blankie right back there in the corner. I do.
That's when you know you're a serious napper, if you have a blankie.
I set the phone too. Last weekend I did it. It was a Saturday. I happened to be at the office, and I said, "Hey, Siri, set timer 45 minutes." She's not hearing me good. I woke up at like 40 minutes, 42 minutes. It was perfect. It was like perfect. And next door, the chiropractor, she's in there, Brittany. She gave me an adjustment right afterwards. She goes, "Oh, your timing's perfect." She's in on Saturday. She has a funny schedule. Like
I love
Tuesday, Thursday, Saturdays. Yeah.
Very nice. Well, I tell you what, let's get into this. So we're going to be talking about contributions, right? We've got that hook right off the bat. You and I are both generous people. At least we feel like we are. We try to be, right? And we try to give of ourselves time-wise, but also monetarily. And we hope all of you out there are doing the same, right? I know you do. You give of yourself and you give financially, right? We donate. We just want to do it in the best way possible. So we're going to be talking about donor-advised funds. And this is new to me. So I think the best place to start for me, and maybe a lot of others who are tuning in today, what is a donor-advised fund?
I'm glad you asked that, Marcus. What is a donor-advised fund? You donate money. Could be cash, could be stocks, or other assets even, into the DAF, the donor-advised fund. Okay. There's an immediate tax deduction. You could usually deduct the full amount in the year you contribute, right? Now, IRS may have some limits to that. The money grows tax-free. The funds can be invested inside the donor advised fund, the DAF, and any growth that's not taxed. And you decide where, as the donor, where that money goes. Over time, you direct the donor advised fund where to give the money away to. So it's the charities of your choice. But here's the thing. If you're already giving money away, right? If you're giving money away already, why not start to think about this and to consider implementing it? How's that sound?
It sounds great, actually.
Okay, so let me tell you a little story. I was with Chris, and I was in just outside of Nashville. It was basically Nashville, Tennessee, and we were going through his processes because I was trying to get things from him because he's a successful guy, and he gets things from me too, especially when it comes to information regarding federal retirement. Anyway, we're talking, and he said, "Charles, don't you give to your own religion, your faith-based organization? I go, yeah, I do. He goes, yeah, I knew you did. He goes, well, if you are, do you have any appreciated stocks? And I said, well, yeah, I do. You mean stocks I bought? Let's say you bought Apple at 50,000 and now it's 100,000.
Right.
Well, if you sell it and you held it for at least a year or longer, you still have to pay taxes on that.
Yeah.
So he says, well, why not give that appreciated stock to your faith, your church, whatever you want to call it? And I said, oh wow, yeah, that's a good idea. But then I started looking into donor advised funds, which is even a better idea. Yeah, even a better idea.
All
Okay.
right.
Yeah. So go ahead. Ask me. Ask me what
Yeah.
you want to ask me.
Yeah, so I'm sorry because I'm kind of chomping at the bit because when you told me about this initially, it really piqued my interest. So you've hooked me in with that. Talk to me a little bit more about some of the benefits because it sounds like a great deal, right? Like I am not only benefiting my charity but myself, right, or my family.
That's right. Yeah, you're well. If you're already going to look, I'm already giving the money
Yeah.
every year. Right now I'm doing it monthly from credit card, and I do it from the
Mhm.
credit card. Do you know why I do it from the credit card? I know you know why.
I would imagine for points or miles.
There you go. I knew you'd know because you've got a credit card like that too. I know you do.
I did the same
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah, and so I'm like, well, if I'm going to give, at least I could spend some miles, and then I could get free flights right
Yep.
over time. So I do it monthly, but I don't have to do it monthly. I could do it
Hmm.
all at once, especially if you got an appreciated asset, folks. If you got something that's already grown and it's a decent size, you can use that. And I don't think your organization is going to complain about you giving to them once a year lump sum instead of giving to them monthly. I really don't.
I
And
don't
then
either.
you're still going to get that upfront tax deduction if you donate an appreciated asset. So you avoid paying the capital gains tax on that
Mhm.
position. Well, I was already going to give it. I was only going to give the money away anyway. And here's the cool thing. So what Chris was telling me was, well, why don't you take that appreciated stock, Charles, and give it to your organization? I'm like, okay, that's a great idea. But what if I'm not ready to do it? Or if, let's say, it's worth 100,000 now, but I'm only giving like the 15 grand a year to my one organization. It's like, well, hold on a second. In a donor advised fund, I can go put the whole 100,000 in there, Marcus,
Yeah.
and then I can distribute it 15 grand a year. So I avoid the taxes, and then I've got another 6.5 years to send that money away. What here's another cool thing. So I also give to canine companions for independence, okay? Because we
Right.
have one of their service dogs. Well, you know Barris. I don't have to
Yeah.
explain.
Paris.
Yeah, Barris, but he's a member of the family, right?
Yeah.
He's like a fourth child 2.0. So
Yeah.
right,
I,
he
I
doesn't
know.
talk.
I know. Just to let everybody out there know, if I come crash on your couch, if Barris is on there first, then I have to take the floor, right? I mean, he is family.
That's Isla. Barris isn't
Oh, that's
allowed on the
Island.
couch. That's that little Cavalier King Charles, and she's basically a pillow. She's going to come to
Yeah.
you anyway, and
Yeah.
usually by your head when you're napping. Yeah, or back up high on the pillows. I don't know what her thing is about getting up high, but she does that. Yeah, so you can plop the whole piece in there, Marcus,
Yep.
right? And then we can distribute. So maybe I put 15 grand out to my faith, and then maybe another 3 grand out to canine companions.
Right.
That so I can do that all inside of that one account. So it acts as like a holding station, but I still get the same big write-off. Whereas I may not want to give all that money all at once to just one organization, or I have to split it up and it could get complicated. And it's like, well, wait a minute, I don't want to give them that much money. Hold on a second. Will they accept? And some of the organizations may not even accept an appreciated stock.
Yeah.
So with the donor advised fund, it kind of simplifies all that. One contribution, one write off, one tax receipt, and we could give to multiple channels and we don't have to give it away all at once.
All right. That all sounds good. So okay, I need to understand the tax the tax part of it a little bit better. So how is it that they're removing the taxes effectively? How is it that they're taking that away?
So the donor advised fund sells it tax free
Ah,
because we know in the future that the charity is going to get the full value. So you put the appreciated position in there, and then the donor advised fund sells it away tax free. You have, especially if you're in a high income year,
yeah,
right? A lot of us in the last couple of years have seen high income years where where the economy was doing really good. So you can bunch several years donations into one DAF contribution
huh,
and maximize your deduction now, right?
yeah,
Yeah. So if you, like we said before, if I'm going to give 15 grand a year and let's say 3 grand, so I got 8 grand a year, right? It's like,
right,
okay, that's 60 minus 6. So I'll give 54 grand in 3 years. Well, I can go ahead and take that, all that money in 1 year, get the deduction, cluster it all together because I know I'm going to dispense it out over a 3 year time period
right,
and do that, right? Oh, Marcus, that you were asking
yes,
about tax benefits, the
yeah,
growth is inside the donor advised fund is tax free. So any investment growth inside there is shielded from taxes,
huh,
leaving more for your charity. So it makes you look good. They're feeling good, right? So the DAF lets you turn taxable money, appreciated assets into charitable giving power with immediate tax benefits to you and long-term flexibility. So you got a lot of options here. This
I,
really works well for, look, anybody. Now, if it's money inside of a 401k or TSP,
yeah,
no. But we're talking about appreciated assets. So if it's a stock that's gone up in value, then yeah. Or even if you just want to write off, you can put cash in there just to get the tax write off. So
interesting.
yeah, if you want to put it through that, it gives you some flexibility. The other thing is, are there other? I'm trying to think now, Marcus. Do you have another question for me?
Well, yeah, because okay, because everything you've told me so far, I'm listening to all this. It sounds great. I love the idea that the investment's shielded from taxes, right? And I'm giving not just what I would have normally set aside to donate, but I'm growing that and actually being more generous or increasing the gift that you're giving, right? I mean, I love that idea. So why would I want to go back to direct giving? I mean, this all sounds like I'm over direct giving. Is there a
Well,
reason?
if you don't have an appreciated asset,
Okay.
possibly, right? If you don't have an appreciated asset, but if your cash, that makes me think of this too, Marcus. Let's say your money market's getting 3.5%.
Yeah.
You're paying taxes on that. In my case, let's say I'm in a 32% tax bracket and Cali's just brutal on income tax. Let's say I'm in let's say I'm in 11% tax bracket, Cali. And 32. Whew, whew,
That's a lot.
that's that's stinky. Now I think about it out loud. I mean, that's like,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So they could say, well, I'm getting 4% from my high yield, whatever, blah, 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 or my CD. And I'm like, are you getting 4%? Because let's say you're just in a 24% and 9% tax bracket. You're losing 1/3, right? 24,
Mhm.
and exactly in Cali, it's 9.3. So it's 24% tax bracket, a little bit on the high side, but not that high. I think at 190 or you go to 24% or something to that effect
Yep.
until 382. So it's not that as I record. So 24%, you got a dual income, right? For a couple professionals, you're there fast. And then you got 9.3%. You're at exactly 1/3. So
Mhm.
you're only going to clear on a 4% CD, let's say, you're only going to clear 2.7%. So you're giving up 1/3 of your interest. Well, if
Mm.
I could get that kind of interest in the donor advised fund, you're keeping it all. If you're going to give money away and you don't have an appreciated asset and you just put cash in there, you might
Yeah.
be able to get and if you can invest with your donor advised fund and that money avoids taxes altogether. So you're
Right.
not paying the 1099 interest that the bank's going to give you or whomever, right? And adding to your taxes yet again. Um, okay, so years ago, boy, oh boy, if Angie was here, she could tell y'all when we bought that property. We bought 10 acres in Broken Bow, Oklahoma.
Nice. Yeah.
Okay. And then as we just ignored it. We paid it off. Wait a minute. I know when that happened. I think it was right before we moved. It was like 18 years ago. And then about 16 years later, nothing happened to the market. Nothing happened to real estate. And then about 16 years later, about 2 years ago, maybe I think it was about 2 years ago, we sold that land for, and then I got really I got stiff about it because I'm like, no, I'm not really interested in selling it. Some woman came after me and she was a real estate agent and she says, can I have it for this? I'm like, no, I'm not interested. So she just gave me my asking price because she wanted to negotiate. And so I think it went for 115. Okay.
Okay.
So 115 so I had 75 grand in long-term capital gains. And again, I'm in California. Not a good scenario, right?
Yeah.
So I'm at 10% and 15% federal because long-term capital gains, I'm still giving up 25% of that 75 appreciation, right?
Yep.
Would I say 25%? So on
Yep.
75 grand that I thought I made, I didn't, right?
Yeah, because you lost
I only,
what,
yeah,
18
I only
grand?
made, only netted 56 grand,
Yeah.
55 grand. But if I'm going to give money away, again, I could put that land even into the donor advised fund.
Interesting.
Yeah. That asset can also be held there. Okay.
Huh.
Cash, stocks, appreciated assets. So that could even be a ETF. It acts as a stock. So you can put an index fund in there if it's an exchange traded fund or real estate, and you slide it into the DAF and you avoid the taxes. Because guess what? Since that point, yeah, that would have been a good move.
Yeah.
Did I know about DAFs and their workings, or was I even thinking about it on my mind? Not so much. But you better believe I am now. I'm spinning it. And that might have been 3 years ago. That might have easily, time flies now. As
It
we get
does.
older, you're in your late 30s. I'm in my mid 40s. As we get
Yeah.
older now, things he is lying.
I
Yeah.
was trying to keep a straight face.
Yeah, that yes. Time flies now. That could have been a few years ago, might have even been 4 years ago. But yeah, it's now those things are on my mind and I want to share them with anybody, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
the donor advised fund. So you got one more question for me, or you all out of questions?
That's it. No, that answers pretty much all my questions. It was really exciting topic. I'm telling you, when you mentioned this right off the bat, because like I said from the start, you and I, we both try to be as generous as possible, and I know all our listeners out there are doing the same thing, right? We love to give. We all love to give. There's so much more happiness, right, in giving than receiving, and so we all love to do it. Why not do it in a way that's going to be beneficial to everybody, you
Yeah, it's
and whoever you're donating to?
exactly. It's flexible. You can deduct it right now and give later. It's tax smart because
Yeah.
you avoid capital gains. It allows a bunching of donations. And then it's organized. It's one record keeping hub for all your charitable giving. Hey, if any of you get bonuses at the end of the year, and that might be, and you're going to be giving money away the following year anyway, there's a good spot to do it in. Okay. Yeah.
Very
Hey,
cool.
Marcus, do you have any health tip for us, my brother?
I do, and this is going to be pretty straightforward, but I think it hits home with a lot of us. Uh, the essence is not eating when you're not hungry, and I'll tell you what made me think about this the other day. I was chilling on the couch. It's late in the evening, right? I'm doom scrolling, just killing some time before I go to bed, and I start getting hit with all these advertisements, right, for these local hamburger joints, pizza joints, and all this. And next thing I know, I'm looking for something. I'm looking for some chips or something to put in my mouth. But that's not good, right? I'm not really hungry. It's just I've suddenly just got this urge. So in order to avoid eating when I'm not hungry, what I try to do is make sure we have nothing in the house that's gonna mess me up because I just went and ate a whole bag of potato chips or whatever it was. Because you never crave salads, right? You're sitting around late at night, you get a little hungry, you're not looking
I
for a
wish I
salad.
had a salad right now.
Nobody does it, right? You're looking for some chips, man. You want to make some nachos or what? So what I try to do is just make sure none of that stuff ever gets into the house. And then that way, when I do get those urges, I'm not really hungry. I just kind of got that munchy urge. I avoid eating when I'm not hungry because I don't have it. So I don't know. Do you ever get that? Ever happen to you?
Last night it happened to me, which it usually doesn't, but I had a really light dinner. And I
Yeah.
got home from services and I was like, you know, I think, where are those potato chips? And then I went and got I'm off of cow dairy, so
Yeah.
I can't get sheep or goat cream cheese. So I went and got I bought this non-dairy cream cheese. It's not too bad, and
Okay.
but it's hard, it's dense, and I was scraping those potato chips while I was watching the series Shogun. I don't know if you've seen that or not.
I
Uh,
have it.
it was good. It's real good. It's on Disney. Anyway, I kept eating. I thought, wow, it's just potato chips. They're so light. I hardly ever junk out.
Yeah.
And I was like, and they're Trader Joe's potato chips. They might even be organic as far as I know. Anyway, um, I was like, oh, dude, I think I ate half of that, what was left. And, it was like 2/3 of a bag. And I was like, oh, okay, I need to put that away. I didn't get a bellyache or anything, though. I did okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you're right. You got to, especially late night, because that was like from 10 to 11. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah, that's not a good habit. But folks, I rarely do that. Rarely. As I said before, I had like 3 raviolis for dinner with a side of sauerkraut. I mean, so yeah, I was needing a little more caloric intake. Let me just say that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if you do, I mean, stock up on some good stuff, right? That you know you should be eating.
Yeah, I usually eat dried fruit. You're right. And I noticed too that you blamed the advertising for your craving. Yes, you
Sometimes,
didn't
yeah.
even you didn't even take responsibility for what you did.
It's
Look
not
at these
my fault,
hamburger
man.
commercials. I'm like, where's that? I need to get. Well, it's yeah. They do that. They're hoping that they grab you, or you jump
Yeah.
in your car and run out and get one. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I mean, sometimes you wish you could because it looks so good, but I think because I follow a lot of whiskey people and I follow a lot of foodie people, so
Uh
then
huh.
those things just kind of keep coming up, and it's like, man, boy, that cheeseburger and a glass of whiskey looks pretty darn good right now at 11 o'clock.
It does,
No,
doesn't it?
stop
Yeah.
it! I'm trying to stop
All
it.
right, discipline, folks. Get a glass of water and drink it down. It'll fill space in your belly too.
I love
Yeah,
it. I love it. All right, man. Anything else we need to say on this topic?
we did it.
Beautiful. I love it. So we'll just say thank you to you out there for tuning in. We appreciate you as always. This is the CD Financial Podcast, CD Financial, where health meets wealth. Appreciate your time. I'm Marcus C. We look forward to seeing you next time.
Hey, don't forget to subscribe and give us your comments. Tell us what you liked, and tell us if you want any more topics. There is a whole library of good information down there. So go ahead and take advantage of it. We'll talk to you next time. Bye bye now.